will rise. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday. It's October 14th. I'm Katrina Smith. We'll get to that breaking news on that devastating fire up north, the latest from Israel and Gaza, and of course the solar eclipse, what you need to know. First out, let's head over to the Weather Center, get a first look at your forecast. Looks like we've got some weather moving in. You'll get to the solar eclipse later, but some rain moving in, right?
Yeah, and if you look at this picture just without context, you're thinking, oh, we're going to get a washout.
Looks like a
rainy Saturday, but we do actually have almost a wall of dry air currently just south of the Mohawk Valley. You notice that these rain showers are trying to push north, but they can't quite as it continues to shift to the south and to the east. And so our weather story for today is mostly cloudy skies with mostly dry conditions. Can't rule out some stray showers in Chenango and central to south Otsego County, but Mohawk Valley and north largely dry for today. And you can see it right here on the New York State Mesonet Camera Network. Mostly cloudy skies, and that'll be the main story throughout the day with a cool weekend in store. Warmer weather is on the horizon as we look ahead towards the end of next week. And on top of that, we're also going to be talking about in detail the partial solar eclipse going on this afternoon between 12 and 2 p.m. And for today, again, cloudy conditions, rain possible south, highs in the mid-50s. We do have a look in detail of your weekend forecast coming up. Back to you, Katrina.
Thank you, Eric. Overnight, flames.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Saturday. This weekend is trending on the cloudy side, unfortunately, but dry weather will prevail for a lot of central New York. Here's a live look at downtown Utica from an Nexus camera, still looking at those generally overcast skies. Hopefully some of these clouds will start to thin out within the next few hours, hopefully in time for that solar eclipse happening this afternoon. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a Doppler radar. Currently, widespread rain is south of our area, and for the most part, expect to remain south of Route 20 for all of today. And for the North Country and Mohawk Valley, looking dry. Can't say the same, though, for the southern valleys. At least can't rule out rain 100%. But your weekend forecast, mostly cloudy skies for today. Temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 50s. A bit on the cooler side for Sunday with cloudy conditions and temperatures barely reaching the upper 40s to low 50s. Other than that, though, looking to go out and see some of the fall foliage again. The North Country now roughly beyond the peak colors. A lot of gray showing up. Still some colors in those outlying areas, too. However, as you head to the slightly below those higher elevations, you do see some peak colors surrounding the North Country as well. Mohawk Valley still about a week or so away from peak colors, but again, if you head to the Southern Valley, still plenty of color down there as well. This is the main story for today, a battle zone going on with the weather. We do have dry air pushing its way south and rainfall trying to push north. And you can see this heavy rainfall band currently forming over the Pennsylvania and New York border. And for the most part, that'll be the main weather maker for the southern tier. Not for us, though, as we look to remain mostly dry here in the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, again, around noontime, mostly cloudy skies, just hoping we get some breaks in the clouds for that eclipse. And then heading into this evening, those rain showers still staying generally south of Norwich, Oneonta, and the northernmost extent of the Route 20 corridor. Heading into Saturday night, overnight lows falling into the low 40s with, again, mostly cloudy skies, and then cloudy conditions expected for your Sunday as lake effect rain still stays to the western part of our area as most of us will still remain dry throughout the day. And so for today, highs in the mid to upper 50s, cloudy conditions, rain possible south of Route 20. For tonight, lows falling into the 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Our 7-day forecast after this weekend, and some clouds and on and off light rain. Nothing major for Monday and Tuesday. Things are looking on the upside for Wednesday through Friday as sunshine will slowly start to peak out and temperatures warm up into the mid to upper 60s. And our trivia question, when was the last solar eclipse, total solar eclipse in New York State? And I feel like I would at least what my guess is would be 1925. That's the research I found. So These things are not really a common thing that happens here in New York State.
Especially not total solar eclipses, yes.
Yeah, not total.
In fact, the
And-
next one's going to be in 2079, I think.
Yeah, so definitely a rare occurrence. By the way, this is Dr. Adam Lark. He is an associate professor at Hamilton College and also the director of Peters Observatory. And thank you for joining us.
That's right. Thank you, Eric. Thanks for having me on.
And let's quickly talk. He is an associate professor at Hamilton College and also the director of Peters Observatory. And thank you for joining us.
That's right. Thank you, Eric. Thanks for having me on.
And let's quickly talk about, what happens during a solar eclipse and what makes it different between a lunar eclipse and other types of things blocking the sun.
Right. Thank you. So I brought my props to show you. Can you be the sun for me?
Yeah, I'll be
so
the
the
sun.
sun is going to be some far distance away.
All right, I'll be
this
over
is
here.
not to scale, by the way.
Yeah.
But then we have the Earth and the Moon, and eclipses are a result of the Moon's month-long progress around the Earth. So as the Moon kind of orbits around the Earth, it gets blocked by the shadow of the Earth, and then we would see a full moon kind of getting obscured by the shadow of the Earth. However, about 2 weeks later or so, we might see something like a solar eclipse where the shadow of the moon casts onto a small portion of the Earth and causes a solar eclipse.
And when it's far enough away, even though the moon is smaller, it would block out a lot of the light.
That's right. I mean, this is not to scale, but
Yeah.
yes, the shadow would hit a small portion of the Earth, and that portion of the Earth will see the sun being obscured by the shadow in an eclipse.
Yeah, and that's just a cool thing to think about, what we see here on Earth as well. And I know that you're hosting an event today at the observatory. Can you briefly talk about that and if people can come, what the timing is and everything for that?
That's right. So we're doing an eclipse party or eclipse watch party at the Peters Observatory at Hamilton College.
Looks like right there. Is that the observatory?
That's our
right there?
observatory, yes.
Yep. Cool.
And so anyone is welcome. It's free to the public. We have the solar projection, eclipse glasses, and we're going to have our big robotic telescope pointed at the sun in case it pops out from behind the clouds. We can see it in an instant.
Oh, that's just so cool. And I haven't seen an eclipse from at least fancy equipment. I've only seen it either. What I shouldn't do is briefly look at the sun, but definitely I want to get more protective glasses for that too. And so I also want to mention too, what will this eclipse look like as well? Because you mentioned it's not going to be a total eclipse. The sun's going to be completely blacked out, right?
That's right. Only kind of the southwest will get the total. It's not even a total eclipse. It's an annular eclipse. But for us, from our perspective, it's going to be about 20% covered. Starting at around a little bit after noon, we're going to get to see the shadow of the moon slowly hitting and covering the sun.
And that's what it'll look like right there, if the skies
right.
are clear, right? So just a portion of it covered, and obviously if the sun is like that, definitely not safe to look at that directly.
That's right.
And just a quick look at this too, because this is our current cloud forecast right now. If you're in the southern valleys, Oneonta, Norwich, even portions of Madison County too, and Cooperstown, dense clouds, probably blocking out the sun too. Thin, moderate clouds here in the Mohawk Valley, and again, it's not looking that great, at least for cloud cover, but still, just fingers crossed we get some clearing that we can see that as well. And on top of that as well, the best way to actually view the solar eclipse if you don't have fancy equipment would be one of these, right?
That's right. These are solar eclipse glasses. I brought a pair for you.
I'll try one on.
All right. So these are ISO certified. You're looking for the ISO number at the side here.
Oh, I
and
can't
that
see
tells
out
you-
here at all.
That's right. The only thing you should be able to see is the sun. But if you wear these, you can look directly at the sun, and you can see the chunk being taken out of the sun as the moon goes in front of the sun.
Cool. And that'd be the safest way to view it.
That's right.
And do you know how much these cost relatively, or?
About $1 per pair.
Okay.
But again, they're free if you come out to the Hamilton College Observatory today. We'll have enough for everyone if you want to come check it out.
And that sounds like an absolutely great event. Hopefully, if the time permits, maybe I can stop by too. I think I would like to enjoy, hopefully, seeing the eclipse as well. And again, it's from 12 to 2 p.m. this afternoon.
That's correct.
And the address, if you're looking for it as well, will be 13 Peters Lane in Kirkland, New York, and just outside of Hamilton College.
That's right. If you go to Hamilton, just a little up the hill.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you're looking forward to watching this eclipse, hopefully if the skies permit, again, go out and view that for today. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center tracking what looks like some rain. We're also tracking whether or not we're going to be able to see the solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse later today.
Yeah, that's right. And all that widespread rain to the south, a lot of us are actually going to miss out on it too as it tracks its way to
news.
the east. Yeah, good news there. Unfortunately, though, cloud cover not so good news. Those of you wanting to see the solar eclipse today, going to be difficult with a lot of the clouds, especially in the southern valleys and North Country. Mohawk Valley, we're just keeping our fingers crossed that some breaks in the clouds do prevail around noontime to 2 p.m. when the solar eclipse does occur. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We currently are seeing some rain showers approaching our area, but notice as it hits a wall of dry air, it is moving its way to the south. So our thoughts are that most of the rain will stay south of Route 20. And for all of us here in the Mohawk Valley and north, expect relatively dry weather for the next few days. And for today, cloudy conditions, temperatures in the raising to the mid to upper 50s with rain possible south. Again, I'll go into more detail in that forecast for this weekend coming up. Back to you, Katrina.
Thank you, Eric. Overnight, flames ripped through a camp in Fort.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We are expecting a cool and cloudy weekend, although rain showers generally south of our area will primarily remain south for today and for tomorrow to the west. Here's a live look at our Cabby Tower camera. Some beautiful fall colors here atop Smith Hill and Deerfield, and looking into the valley. Again, overcast skies. That's the general story for today, and we are looking at a few rain showers. These are generally south of central New York. Take a look at these heavier rainfall bands currently south of Chenango, Otsego, and Broome counties. This will continue to sweep its way east, and can't rule out a shower for the Chenango and Otsego County areas, even just south of Route 20. That'll be the primary cutoff point of rain showers for today. Regardless, though, in the Mohawk Valley and north, expect mostly cloudy skies, temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 50s. Cloud cover will continue for Sunday, although slightly more cool as winds arrive from Canada. High temperatures climbing only into the upper 40s to low 50s. And again, looking at our fall foliage report, heading out to see some of that this weekend. The high peaks, North Country, all past peak now, but still some colors available, although a lot of the trees are currently gray at this point. Outlying areas just outside of the higher elevations still seeing peak colors, as well as the southern valleys right now. And again, Mohawk Valley is about a week or so away from seeing peak colors. The bigger picture, we have a battle zone going on with weather for today. We have dry air coming from the north and rain showers coming from the south. And they're kind of converging right here along this Pennsylvania-New York border. And for the most part, those rain showers, the heavier ones, will stay south of our area, but a stray shower can't be ruled out south of Route 20. And so in our skycast for today, mostly cloudy skies. Going to be cutting it close, trying to see the solar eclipse for today between 12 and 2 p.m. The best chance of seeing some clearing clouds, if any, look to be in northwestern Oneida County, as some thinner clouds are expected over there. But for the most part, going to be battling some pretty decent cloud cover across the area. Again, those rain showers generally staying south of Route 24 this afternoon and this evening, drying out regardless for tonight, and then overnight lows falling into the low 40s. For Sunday, lake effect rain forms off of Lake Ontario. This will be primarily west of central New York in western New York, and remaining mostly dry throughout the day with mostly cloudy skies and very cool. Temperatures only climbing up into the upper 40s to low 50s. And so for today, a recap: cloudy conditions, rain possible south, highs in the mid to upper 50s. For tonight, mostly cloudy, lows falling into the low 40s. Our 7-day forecast, although cloudy, still an overall pleasant fall weekend in store for us. Heading into Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy, a stray shower possible, but nothing major. But dry weather does return Thursday through Friday with some sunshine. And our trivia question: what is the oldest known urban civilization on Earth?
Egypt. A.
You're locking it in.
Yes.
It is Sumer, Samaria.
How could it be Sumer when that's the one that we were all like, what's that?
Yeah, what's that? It was Mesopotamia. They were
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, and the timing was roughly 3,500 years ago.
Okay.
Before ancient Egypt was around 3,000 years ago. So yeah, the Indus River Valley, the other civilizations, especially in India too, were also around that time frame. They're all very close though, but Sumer took the cake for the oldest known civilization.
Very earliest urban civilization.
Yeah, I think the wheel was invented in Sumer.
Yeah, I think you Googled that because nobody knows that off the top of their head. We'll move right along now. Thank you, Eric. A road project in...
Joins me right now, meteorologist Eric Gage. Eric, the only time we can say you can look at the sun. Well, with glasses.
With the cool glasses, yeah. And I talked to Adam this morning, and he gave me those cool glasses. You can't see outside. You can't see anything at all except the sun. They're really, really faint. But yeah, I showed up there, and of course, Bill Cardis was there as well. Just not planned, ended up seeing too, and also our reporter Mark Mason. So we had a reunion up there too as well. This is the view of that eclipse right there, and taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar, quiet conditions right now across central New York. That widespread rain we were talking about, as expected, remained generally south of central New York. Although that cloud cover did limit the viewing of a lot of us being able to see that eclipse. And again, that picture just shown recently was with a just few minute break in the clouds before they returned just a few moments later. And looking at current conditions right now, temperatures in the upper 40s, and this will be the temperature trend for tomorrow, as highs only approach the upper 40s to low 50s with mostly cloudy skies as a northerly wind takes hold of central New York. And for tonight, lows falling into the low 40s with mostly cloudy skies. We're talking about lake effect and who can be expecting lake effect rain showers coming up. Back over to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. Maximum Effort Gym, a well-kept frame.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening. Cloud cover didn't really cooperate today for watching the solar eclipse, but with a few very brief breaks in the clouds, you're able to get some amazing pictures. Take a look at this one sent in by Jarvis and Clinton. Just a breathtaking view of the 20% coverage of the moon over the sun. Looking like a bite taken out of the sun right there as well. And if you did miss it, there is some good news. We have possibly another once-in-a-lifetime event going on next April 8th. This will be different. This will be a total solar eclipse, meaning that the entire sun will be blocked out. Now, the Utica-Rome area will not be in the direct path, but if you head slightly to the west and even up to north to Old Forge, that will be in the path of total eclipse, meaning it will be completely dark underneath the sun for a few minutes, at least for the day between the 8th of April. And a live look at our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. Things are quiet and dry across the area right now. However, taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar, we currently have just some lake effect rain showers moving off of Lake Ontario to the west. This will primarily stay outside of our area for tomorrow. Now, another thing to mention too, heading into next week is a slight warming trend, especially in the northeast. This will include central New York, meaning temperatures rounding up Thursday and Friday will warm up into the mid-60s. And the bigger picture, that widespread rainfall south of central New York has continued to shift east and is no longer going to be impacting our area, as those dense clouds will slowly start to shift to the east as well. However, as the winds move more northerly, now we're going to get some clouds off of both Lake Ontario as well as from Canada itself. So a look at our skycast for tonight and tomorrow. Again, overnight lows falling into the low 40s. Starting out 5 a.m. for your Sunday. Got a chilly start, but not too bad. No patchy frost expected. Warming up into the low 50s for highs, so definitely a cool fall day in store for us too, with mostly cloudy skies. Lake effect showers still stick generally west of our area, but a brief light shower is possible late tomorrow evening into early Monday morning before the lake effect rain does come to an end. And we're talking about another mostly cloudy day for your Monday, with temperatures climbing up into the mid-50s with maybe a light brief rain shower, but still no complete washout is expected for the next few days. And so for tonight, lows in the 40s with mostly cloudy skies, and our 7-day forecast. Cloudy conditions will continue for the next few days. Sunshine peaks out for Wednesday and Thursday, warming up into the mid-60s by Friday. More widespread rain returns next weekend.